Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I'm joining Hilary from Old World Home for the $5 Goodwill Challenge Spring Edition. I'll be putting a link to Hilary's channel below as well as the playlist as soon as it's available. What we were to do is take items from the Goodwill that total $5 or less and make something for our home for spring. Well, I made these little mushrooms. So if you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. Okay, when I was at Goodwill, I found two of these, but I managed to drop the bag and break one. But these are beer glasses, and they're decent size. They're almost 10 inches. So I'm going to be using that, and that was 99 cents. And I found these wooden bowls, the salad bowls. And I can remember when I had a whole set of these, way long ago. But this set was $1.99. And of course some of them are a little warped, but that's fine because of what I'm going to do with them. The main reason that I wanted to get these was because of this little guy. I got him years ago at Walmart, and I've been wanting to make him some little accessories to go out in the garden, and I thought this would be perfect. I turn that upside down and put a bowl on top. It looks like a mushroom. So what I'm planning on doing is painting this and painting this and gluing them together and making a cute little mushroom for outside. I could have used spray paint for this, but I had an idea. I'm not sure if it's going to work. This Mod Podge is for outdoors. So I got a cup, a little plastic cup, and I've got the Mod Podge, and I got some of my brown food coloring, and it's just, I think you can see it's just plain brown, and I've got a paintbrush and a craft stick. And what I'm going to do is pour some of this in here, and I'll keep mixing this up until I get the shade that I want, and then I'm going to paint this. I'm going to leave the top of this unpainted so that when I glue it, and I'll be using hot glue and E6000, but it'll have a better hold. The last time that I did something like this, it took 3 coats. So I guess I'm going to need a bit. And to be honest with you, I don't remember if this Mod Podge is supposed to be this thick or not, because I've had this for years. So I'm going to do about 1/3 of this little cup to a half. And if I have left over, maybe I'll do something else. But there it is. And I'm just going to keep using, if I need more food coloring, I'll just put a new toothpick in it, because I do use this for baking. Yeah, I think I'm going to need a couple more bits of the brown food coloring. It sure is a lot easier doing it that way. And I'm just going to keep stirring this until I get it all mixed, and then I'm going to start painting the glass. And the reason that I'm doing this as dark as I am is because this stuff dries, although it does have color, it dries almost like frosted glass. Oh yeah, That's a nice shade right there. Okay, and I'm going to give it one coat and then we'll let you see how it looks. Okay, there it is with one coat, and I have it sitting on a couple of craft sticks to keep it up off of the table. But that's one coat, so I'll be back and show you after this dries what it looks like with two coats. Okay, this is after one coat and it's finally dry. And I just put another cup right on top to keep the air out so that I don't have to make more. And now I'm going to start putting the second coat on, and we'll be back when I get that done and it's dry. Okay, there's the second coat, and it's thicker in some places, but I'm not really going to worry about it until I see how this dries. Okay, there's two coats, nice and dry, and I'm going to give it one more coat and then I'll be done. And that does keep it, that putting a cup on top of a cup really does keep this Mod Podge nice and moist. And I think this third coat is going to be the last. And we'll be back when that's done. Okay, I just put the third coat on, and I put it on pretty thick because I'm definitely going to be done with this. So we'll be back when it's dry. Well, that's drying, and I actually really like that color. But while that's drying, I got out some of my brown paints, and I'm not quite sure which ones I'm going to use, but I got out the light khaki, the chestnut, the chocolate bar, and territorial beige. So what I'm going to do is take a couple of these bowls and I'm going to give them a nice coat of paint. And I also have some of these. They're little wine glasses that I had gotten at the Dollar Tree. Oh, a long time ago. But I'm going to use a little spray paint and paint these since they're plastic. I don't think that the Mod Podge will stick to it as well as spray paint will. Okay, this is two coats, and I think it's going to need a third. This one I painted white first, and it seems to be covering a little bit better, but it's still showing lines. So I'm going to need a third coat. Okay, I really didn't care for the khaki color. So what I did was I mixed some of this chestnut in with the khaki to get these two. This one has just a little deeper shade of the chestnut in it. And this one is the chestnut and khaki with the chocolate bar mixed in. I've been using a sponge brush for this, so at the very end of the sponge brush, I'm just dunking it into some white, and I'm going to give it some dots. And I thought about doing a red or green or blue, but I want my little leprechaun gnome to really stand out. So that's why I'm keeping this at just browns. I'm just going to repeat this all the way around until they're all done the same. Okay, all the bowls are dry. So I'm going to take some E6000, and I'm going to put this, I'm going to start with the tall one, the beer stein, and I'm going to put the E6000 around the top. And this should hold up outside, doing it this way. But I'm putting E6000, and then in between the spots of E6000 I'm going to put hot glue. And the E6000 will make it permanent. The hot glue will give it one of those instant bonds. And this hot glue will give it an instant bond so that it holds nice and tight. And I'm just going to press that down a little bit for a couple of seconds. And this one is pretty much done. And I'm going to do the same thing with these. I'm going to put the E6000 and the hot glue around here and put the bowl on that. We'll be back. Like I said, I'm doing this one exactly the same as I did the tall one. The E6000 is definitely my favorite glue because this stuff sticks like crazy. And I don't know if you can see how I'm leaving a space in between the places that I put the glue. But that's just for the hot glue to go. And E6000 takes 24 hours to completely dry. And once it completely dries, it becomes permanent. And there everything is done. I didn't mention before that this outdoor Mod Podge can take 48 hours to completely become so that it's not tacky anymore. You can also spray that with some clear paint, like the Krylon Triple Thick. I am probably going to give it a good coat because I'd like to give these a coat when I take them outside. And when I was at the Five Below looking for stuff for the baby's Easter basket, I found this little guy. And I'm going to be painting him, and he's going to join that little leprechaun outside in my yard. So, if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Happy creating, everyone. And thank you, Hilary, for the opportunity to join your $5 Goodwill Challenge.